Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone live exactly after Mr. Beast put up a tweet saying, Virat Kohli, will you do a video with me?
I don't know about
That-
Virat Kohli, but Mr. Beast, we would be happy to do a video with you. If
Absolutely.
you're
Mr. Beast,
watching this,
subscribe to us.
leave a
If
comment.
yeah, if you're watching, please send some money.
Yeah, we can do a giveaway, do a charity run in Chinnaswamy Stadium for all the people crying about RCB not winning a game over there.
Yep,
Or maybe conduct a Samohik black magic in front of the stadium with all the money that we pull in.
absolutely. But there's been a lot that's happened in during our little break. Um, MI thrashed CSK, RCB got their revenge game against Punjab, LSG managed a heist against RR. There was a Delhi loss against Gujarat Titans, which means 12 out of 14 for Abhishek now.
Yeah,
And Gujarat Titans also thrashed KKR. KL Rahul had his redemption against LSG, and today SRH was completely obliterated by MI, which puts them at number 3 on the table, and that means scary.
with a staggering net run rate.
Yeah, their net run rate was always good. Their losses were small, their wins were big, so they managed to pull together a really good run rate. And today's win was the cherry on top, and that's going to help them later in this tournament when their qualification becomes dependent on run rate. So where do we start? Let's
Abhishek
let's
is here. We'll rub the fact that DC lost a game against GT. Stark
yeah,
got owned in Ahmedabad for five
5 4
consecutive.
from Butler. That was kind of bad.
No JFM 300 even that day.
Guess why? So yeah, let's start with that game itself. It
Yeah.
was a pretty good start from Karun Nair, right? 31 of 18. Everybody made their little contributions. A good flourish from Stubbs and Ashutosh to take them past 200. But I think Akshar Patel scoring that 39 of 32 somewhere came back to bite these guys in the ass. Prasidh Krishna doing a massively good job with his 4 wicket haul once again. He's been bowling beautifully during this entire tournament. And yeah, I mean, these guys came into bat, and out of nowhere, Josh Butler looks at Delhi Capitals. He sees Faf du Plessis in the dugout. He sees KL Rahul in the dugout. He sees Star. He sees Kevin Peterson, and he thinks I'm playing against RCB. And then he owns them with a 97.
Butler in T20 cricket or IPL just in general makes run chases look so easy. So easy and calm. Like you
Absolutely.
know how Ahmedabad surface can be.
Yeah.
DC they struggled and somehow managed to cross the 200 mark,
Yeah.
which looked like
And the second innings was just completely clean.
clean. Yeah.
That's
So
how the surface behaves more often than not.
yeah, and GT with their typical template, playing with their template, not losing any wickets, not going to do anything fancy. Sudarshan and Gill playing safe cricket, and Butler easing up the chase sets up a good platform for Rutherford.
Yep.
Uh, so yeah, overall a good win with trashing Stark for 5 consecutive fours.
Yeah. And look, Gujarat have been giving the same vibes as probably RCB of 2015 or maybe CSK of 2021, which is basically they are heavily dependent on their top order to do the bulk of their scoring, and everyone else chips in just enough to manage to pull a win together. And the rest of the team, even though it doesn't look good, somehow manages to get the job done.
Yeah, so far of the tournament, they haven't been exposed. I
Yeah,
still feel that their batting lineup will be badly exposed in the
There
coming
will
few.
be one game somewhere. They just need to hope that it's not a knockout.
Yeah, Sharfin Rutherford has already been exposed with his offside wide yorkers or anything
Yeah.
in this logging. So
Yeah.
they haven't made any changes. They're still playing with the position of Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
Tewatia is exposed at this point. He's mid wicket
Yeah.
Raja.
True.
Either go big on the mid wicket or go home.
Yeah.
And size relation, yeah, this man has been extremely consistent. He's not showing any sort of weakness.
Yeah, he's averaging 52 and he's on 400, just around 400 runs in his 8 innings so far. So, for people who are thinking he might beat the 973, he needs at least 200s somewhere in between. There is a high likelihood of him playing 16 games instead of 14 because the knockout games will also count. Now, we cannot forget that Kohli had one duck in one of the knockouts that he played, or else 1000 was happening that year. But Sai Sudarshan is looking pretty solid for a good 800 run season, very similar to what Butler did in 22 or Gill did in 23, or maybe what even Warner did in 2016. So he's good for that. I don't know if he'll touch the 900 mark though.
Yeah, but 800s are looking pretty easy at this point, right? Over the past few years, scoring 800 runs.
True. It has helped. The new batting friendly surfaces that they've gotten so far have helped. But it's not been a typical 2024 kind of a season where you've only seen batting
Everything is
pitches.
on roads. Yeah.
We've seen enough examples of that. We've seen teams defend very low scores, and it's good. Thoughts on RR fixing? Now, they say that it's speculation. We don't know how much is true. We don't know how much is not. But I think there is a lot that is being exaggerated because I don't think Dravid is someone who would endorse any of that. It's hard to say at this stage. We can only hope for a little bit more news or evidence to come out in the open before we can make any of those statements publicly.
Yeah, it's the auspicious day of the IPL.
Yeah,
Kalia
it's
scored
3rd
this
April.
game, scored a mammoth 175. And here Abhishek is coming to this video on every live saying JFM will beat that 175, but man is not even lasting 175 seconds on the ground.
Yeah, he's there. He dunks a few balls before the game starts, and he's not there for the actual game. And that has been
That
JFM's
is
story.
the
And I'm pretty sure that once Faf comes back, Faf will be opening the innings. JFM has no more place in this entire tournament in the Delhi's
I
setup.
mean, before every game, DC social media has been posting the practice pictures, or even Faf is posting the pictures.
Yeah,
He has been doing the hard yards in the nets, but is he really injured?
that is something that is. It just feels impossible for Faf to even contemplate injury, right? Because when he was at RCB, the 2 or 3 games that he was injured, he came and he played as impact player while Kohli was captaining and still made a difference to us. So it is a little hard to process it. Faf feels like someone who is incapable of injury, but yeah, that is
In
just how it is.
injury fears Faf Duplessis.
Correct.
Yeah, but I think one good knock from Karun Nair has brainwashed the entire DC lineup that he's good enough for the all upcoming games as a good opener. They have even promoted him as the opener, changed their opening combination. Abhishek
Yeah,
Porel to open with Karun Nair. Uh,
yeah. They
Still
started with
early,
two completely different people
but
at the start of
I think
the
it's a
season.
typical Karun Nair.
Yeah. Good to see though. He is showing a good amount of intent. He's getting those 30s at a good strike rate. So if not anything, he's doing a bulk of the job in the power play before KL Rahul comes in and plays anchor. Speaking of anchor,
KL Rahul's
We
all the anchors have worked out in the away games, not if again.
chasing.
Yeah, chasing and in away games.
Yeah.
But in home games, it has backfired.
Yep. I think the one away game where it didn't work out was in Gujarat, and that is because they ended up batting first. So KL Rahul is chasing well. Kohli has been chasing well. Butler has been chasing well. The three of these guys win toss, bowl first. They've been getting the job done after that. So speaking of anchor, let us talk about the insanely good anchoring role played by Dhruv Jurel and Shimran Hetmeyer to bottle the easiest chase in their lifetime.
They made Avesh Khan look like peak Dale Steyn with
Yeah,
reverse swing.
it's crazy. They needed 19 of 11 balls, and they managed to get 11 runs off of Prince Yadav's over, which means a simple 9 runs of the final over. And Avesh Khan picks up a wicket of Hetmeyer, after which there are no other boundaries hit in the entire over. If Avesh Khan had a helmet on, he would have taken that shot and thrown it onto the ground. It's crazy.
It's pretty insane that two of your retained players, uh,
Pulled the biggest bottle job.
total 225 crores. They both total up for 25 crores.
Yes. Yeah.
So two of your primary retained players bottling two of the easiest run chases and costing you 4 points for your team. That's a huge dent.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's not even talk about the clownery that happened in the super over, but taking the game till super over with two of your relied finishers, it's completely not acceptable at this
Yeah.
stage of series.
After which they bottled the super over without bowling their main bowler, which is a completely different topic. We've spoken about that in our previous lives. Please click, go watch. Anyway, that game had absolutely no aura whatsoever. It was the biggest bottle job ever. Coming to the next day, RCB and Punjab play each other in less than 48 hours of them seeing each other in Bangalore. And you're thinking, yeah, is it going to be another Punjab sesh? And then Rajat Patidar flips, he calls it right. He manages to bowl first. For some reason, he wins away tosses and not home tosses. Let's hope for something better to happen tomorrow. And there is a good start, right? So the one thing that was constantly discussed right after the auction is you would know that your bowlers are going to give you something in the power play. But if the opposition emerges with a good 50 or 60 for no loss at the end of the power play, what happens in the middle overs? Suyash Sharma and Krunal Pandya showed us exactly what happens in the middle overs.
They brought Kunal Pandya in the power play. Tala level
Yeah,
captaincy from Patidar that day.
this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy because usually you would expect Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazelwood to do the job for you in the power play, have the opposition for like 2 wickets down, and take the game from there, put a strangle hold, produce a little bit of pressure, like we saw with the MI game, right? Jackson Surya struggled for a good amount of time and couldn't get going because of the stranglehold that they put together. Um, but it's beautiful to see that the middle overs were controlled so beautifully by Suyash Sharma and Trinal Pandya with a good assist from Romario Shepherd. Let us talk about Liam Livingston getting dropped.
Well, we had this conversation like if Livy
Yeah,
doesn't perform, or maybe one last chance in Mulanpur, but
yeah,
the change came a bit too soon.
yeah.
They found the opportunity to fit Romario in, maybe rest a game or two for Livy, and that worked out right in favor of Romario Shepherd, where he managed to get a wicket of his very first over for RCB.
Yep.
Very,
Whose
very
wicket
surprised.
does he pick up? Whose wicket does he pick up? He picks up Shreyas Iyer's wicket with a beautiful catch taken from Krunal Pandya, diving from long on. Really good Um, Bro, we will talk about Rohit Sharma. Do not worry,
We'll come.
Abhishek.
We'll come back to that
Of the
innings.
next game. Hold on, hold on, hold on. But
Yeah,
yeah, a
good
beautiful
fight. Yeah,
catch.
very nice. Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, I mean, all this happens, and then you have Shashank Singh, Marcus. No, you have Shashank Singh and Marco Jansen batting together for the last 5 overs, and we watch probably the greatest death bowling display of this entire IPL tournament. It took us straight back to 2014 Sri Lanka in that T20 World Cup finals where Malinga and Kulasekara landed 24 fucking Yorkers in a row. Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazelwood. What a beautiful job done during the death overs, man. It is so refreshing to see them landing Yorkers and not just length balls. Ah,
As the wise Ian Bishop said, it was Hall of Fame death bowling. Uh,
Raksha's in the chat.
yeah.
Yeah,
This was a dream for the RCBians to see.
so
Bowler
true.
just land those Yorkers. Just land a few Yorkers. It was a dream. We used to
Yeah,
dream.
one bowler come and land
One
Yorkers, and now we're seeing two, maybe even three with Yash Dayal coming into the mix later. So you have the 17th over going for 5 runs, the 18th over going for six, the 19th going for seven, and the 20th over going for 20 because Josh Hazelwood just narrowly misses a Yorker and that ends up going for six. So excluding that last ball, 23 balls resulted in 5, 6, 7, and 4. That's absolutely insane. That's 22 runs in 23 balls, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and then the batting happens, clinical job, proper anchor.
Chase, typical Virat cakewalk chase for Virat Kohli.
Yeah, yeah. We
Then
don't we don't talk about that
there's
here.
enough bashing of Yuzi Chahal.
Yeah.
Uh, it was
Good to
I was
see.
so
Good to see
happy.
that they played with a lot of maturity. They didn't try to race ahead of the innings. They stuck with the pace of the game and didn't take too many risks. And my God, Devdutt Padikkal, do you only perform in a red jersey?
Not just red jersey. Desert Particle has been performing every alternate game. A single
True.
digit with a good match winning knock.
Yeah. You know
So,
what? We'll take it. We'll take it. It's more than what we expected out of Padikkal. And just saying, we didn't pay 12 crore for Ishan Kishan. We got Devdutt Padikkal at 2.
yeah, speaking about prizes, a certain captain who was got in for 1.5 crores has been hitting match winning knocks only to witness his team go lower and lower.
Because a certain someone else for 24 crores has been bottling their entire season. Let's we'll get to that match. Let's discuss the game that happened just before that, which is CSK versus MI. We saw a very refreshing Ayush Matre coming in, and as a Kannadiga commentator once said, CSK ಬಂದಿರೋ ರೋಗಾಗೆ ಆಯುಷೆ ಮಾತ್ರೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು.
Finally, some
Which
spark in the CSK camp.
there is a good amount of spark. We have the goat waiting in the background. Let's add him to stage. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Hello.
With a
He
fresh
shows
start.
up just in time to yap about CSK. What a legend, man.
Yeah, yeah, right in time, right in time.
Definitely perfect. Perfect time to yap about
Yeah, let's
CSK.
just straight away jump into the MICSK game.
MI versus CSK. You have Sheikh Rashid doing okay. So let's talk about the statements that were put out before that match started because Dual Bravis was pulled in as a substitute because Gurjan Preet got injured.
Hmm.
They said Dual Bravis is baby AB. They said who else? They said some.
Patirana
Ayush
is baby Malinga.
Patirana is baby Malinga.
Matre is
Nisha
baby Gaikwad.
is baby Gaikwad. Tripathi is baby Prabhudeva. I think the only statement that I well and truly agree with is Sheikh Rashid playing like baby Gaikwad against MI. 19 runs of 20 balls with 1 4 and no sixes in the power play. Job perfectly done, lads.
Baby Kal is for Vijay Shankar. Yeah, no problem.
Baby Kales, of course.
Yeah,
There is
let's
also baby Tala. Baby Tala.
Baby Tala. Who's Baby Tala?
Shivam Dubey.
Oh,
do
damn.
base.
Yes.
Nah, which is crazy. So in 20 overs, on the by the way, on the exact same pitch that RCB and MI played each other, right? We scored 220 plus. What in devil's name made CSK think that 176 was going to be remotely enough on this pitch?
It's what they could do. As simple as that.
Yeah, I
The
mean, for the
start
kind
with
of
the type
batting
of
that
that.
we have,
I
it's really
mean,
not helping.
CSK games have been so redundant that I've completely lost track of it. Like
True.
what is it that happened in the game? Like even if you put the stats, I can't seem to remember what exactly has happened. Yes,
Yeah.
somewhere there was Vijay Shankar. Yeah, I think Shivam Dubey trying to hit in the initial overs, but he was way too late to escalate by well, accelerate by the end. I think he started in 16th over or 17th over. That's when he
Yeah.
started hitting boundaries. So yeah, that's how old school that team is. That team is playing in 1800s.
Yeah. And Stephen Fleming making that new statement of his is not helping their cause. It's another statement that proves that Fleming's mindset and ideology is so washed. And the stuff that RCB fans were saying about Sanjay Bangar back in the day, begging the management to sack him, that is what we're
Hmm.
hearing from CSK fans about Stephen Fleming now.
Finally, finally.
Finally, I mean Stephen Fleming has
One
never
thing CSK
gone
hasn't
away.
realized
Yeah.
yet is they are
Hmm.
not accepting that everything went wrong in the auction.
Yeah.
That is true.
And also today we got to see some video of Ruturaj Gaikwad wearing his sunglasses. Maybe Abhay was still sleeping next to Kashi Vishwanathan in some local rally with some presso and all, just to fabricate the media.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, here is your captain, who was your captain,
Yeah.
sitting next to you doing PR campaigns to fabricate the losses that the
Hmm.
team is facing.
Yup. So now we also okay. So let's discuss this whole Ayush Matre concept, right? The
Hmm.
only intent that was seen during the entirety of the innings was from his 32 of 15 balls. Ravindra Jadeja and Shivam Dubey did finish well. 53 of 35 and 50 of 32 seemed like
But
good scores.
that's just too late for acceleration on
Yeah,
a pitch.
exactly. It would
Exactly.
seem like a good score on paper,
Exactly.
but
If you look at the
but
scoreboard, it
at
doesn't
one
look as
yeah, at
great.
one point both of them were like 20 of 22 and like something around that.
Exactly. They were going at a strike rate of less than 120,
Hmm.
and the
Jaddu
scoreboard
was like
did
100
justice
under
with.
like that he was, yeah.
Yeah. So I think there was a certain stage where Jadeja was 18 of 18 and Dubey was
Hmm.
24 of 22 at the end of 14 overs. So from here, Dubey started accelerating, but Jadeja continued playing run the ball, and that went on until the end of the 18th over, where he was 33 of 27. After which he
Hmm.
played two boundaries and got his whole, you know, the vibe of Surya. We'll get there as well.
Where also yeah.
We will talk about that. Um, the bottle job was great, but we will still talk about it when we discuss our preview for
The
tomorrow.
potential fixing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did speak about that. Okay.
Yeah.
But the highlight of that game was in the second innings, where once again Instagram was flooded with Pagal Hatika Utpat memes.
Oh God.
Because I, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is safe to say that Rohit Sharma has already had the best season that he's had in the past 5 years.
with just two knocks.
With just
Two
two knocks.
knocks.
Yes,
The two.
it's enough.
CSK brought him back to form.
As
Hmm.
they always
Now he's
do.
continuing that against SRH.
Yeah. Look, Rohit Sharma has always performed against CSK, right? There is no second thought about that. I think if you look at the statistics, he is tied with Virat Kohli for the most number of half century scores against
Against
CSK. I think it's nine. They've both gotten nine fifties against CSK, and they've done equally well. Just that Rohit Sharma has backed them even in an IPL final. That is one of the
Hmm.
50.
Hmm.
Just gonna rub it into the faces. Oh, the CSK fans, are they still here? Okay, if they are, just rubbing it in. But as I said, now to address Abhishek's whole,
Yeah, let's
brain damage.
come back to the Rohit Sharma
So I am
fiasco.
not. I am not playing voice notes today. That was a one-time thing. I am not going to open your whole, you know.
Bro,
Uh,
maybe if you want us to play your voice notes, I think there will be a join button that will be dropping soon on our channel. So you can
yeah.
pay us. Maybe we can play play your audios.
Perfect.
Yeah. Look, I will stick by my words when
Not
I
this
when I
one.
state that Rohit Sharma has a better natural talent for the game when compared to Virat Kohli. I had said this before. It's just that his fitness has stopped him from going further in his career, but he's always had a better flow of the bat when compared to Kohli. He's just not put in the effort to do something about it, right?
If you look at both the CSK and SRH game, it was a slow game playing the conditions from Rohit Sharma and not the blind slogging that he usually does
Hmm.
in the verge
Exactly.
of
Definitely.
getting some intent.
He decided to, and whenever he decides to, play the game and not be that intent merchant, he actually
Yeah.
plays well. Remember when against
The
England, I
Champions Trophy
think it was
final is a good example for that.
Champions Trophy final and that England series, the second ODI, when, like he failed in the first ODI and then in second ODI he came back
Yeah,
and like he played the game. He was not blind slogging. He actually played the game. He scored 100. If he can do that, why doesn't he?
When
Like,
he takes those calculated risks,
yeah.
it's too good to watch Rohit Sharma. But
true.
otherwise, if he
That
comes
that
with
is the Rohit Sharma of those old days that we loved watching, right?
Hmm.
Somewhere after the 2019 World Cup, it just faded away, and he seemed to think that there is a new uh, mindset that he had to adapt to, which for some reason never worked out in MI colors. I still believe that even though he didn't have any 500 plus seasons, he did a good job for the team in every season until 2019. Right? He,
Hmm.
he was still between the top two or three highest scorers for the team. His strike rate was not the greatest, but it was enough for Hardik Pollard and gang to do the job.
Yeah,
So
back then he also used to come at number 4. He wasn't opening. I think he didn't open till 2018 in the IPL.
yeah,
So yeah,
no, I think he'd been pushed up and down the order.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean, you can't
That
be, yeah. But
makes
yeah, I
sense.
mean, good stuff. Good to see an older version of Rohit Sharma back in the
That's
mix of things.
but that's the
That's
thing.
really good
He's
thing for MI. If their openers are sorted out, their middle orders can play with lot of ease. Either of Rohit
And
Sharma and Rickleton Fires, then you have Jax, Sky, who is looking in good touch, then you have
Tilak and
Hardik,
Hardik.
who is evergreen. So
They're on
opening
top
is
of
what they were lacking, and it was also the opening bowling which was lacking. Now you have Deepak Chahar and Trent Bolt in
yeah.
full flow, picking those power play wickets. So they're winning their games in the power play. This edition of IPL requires any team who bowls well in power play and bats well in power play is winning. That's been the template for this season,
hmm,
and MI seems to have cracked the code this season, finally.
Yeah, somehow they have, because opening is, of course, opening bowling is sorted, and then in the death, even Trent Bolt is giving solid overs
Yeah, look,
as
if
well.
Trent Bolt is able to bowl Yorkers again, then
Yeah,
I'm seriously
then
scared of this
it's
team.
fear. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
that's a very scary thing, and at the same
Thoughts on
time,
floaters in the middle
floaters
order across 90% of the teams? Yeah, DC has been floating Akshar Patel,
DC
and
has
that
a
has
problem.
worked out. And he
Look,
isn't batting
I
like
have
any
a
floater.
very simple mindset towards T20 cricket. Your 1, 2, and 3 should never change.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that comes down to game scenario, right? Because you have people that are meant for specific roles, and it is not the position at which they bat, it's their entry point. So
Hmm.
floaters are completely fine as long as your 1, 2, and 3 are set.
And also, your floaters are not dumb enough to just hit everything in the blind sky.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the concept of a floater makes sense if they are legitimately a good batter in the team. Your best batter shouldn't be playing at number 9, if you know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah, LSG floated Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He floating
floated
Rishabh
down.
Pant still makes sense
Hmm.
because Rishabh Pant playing with the strike rate that he generally plays with is better off coming earlier in the innings rather than later. But only Samad and Miller have been doing a better job with their strike rates, and it makes sense for them to push Pant down that way. As long as
I
their
think.
top three is fixed with Markram, Marsh, and Pura.
The one
Yeah.
innings that actually worked out for Rishabh Pant was when he opened, right? In the day game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
so
Marsh's absence, yes.
so Rishabh Pant, he needs to find a good entry point.
Look, but then again, is it worth dropping one of their primary openers to accommodate low strike rate Rishabh Pant? Because Marsh and Markram have been killing it. They've proven me wrong already. My whole LSG preview is a waste. You can delete that video now.
Yeah.
But the good news is the MI preview has still worked out pretty perfectly. I did
Hmm.
say that they have a pretty terrible chance at winning their first 4 games. But as soon as Bumrah comes back, that team is
Yeah,
obviously
like
going.
they have found that even when they were floating earlier, but they have
Yeah,
found that thing right now, because with Rohit performing, I don't know how much, like, if he has performed in 2 matches, maybe he decides, "Okay, oh, I'm gonna be blind slogger now." Yeah, because, like, who knows his
might go
mind?
back. You never know.
Who knows his mind? But now their batting order also feels settled, with Rickleton
True.
also coming in, and at Surya at 4, Jacks at 3. So they do have that sorted batting order. They were trying things out, but now they have found their.
Yeah.
Yeah, their batting always looked sorted out on paper, very strong gun side. It just
Yep.
their opening was not firing, and the three and shuffling of jacks was not working out.
Hmm.
But coming to the Bumrah point, he has been economical, or
Yes.
rather
Except for
wicketless.
today.
He is not your primary wicket taking bowler this season, suddenly.
No,
It's
which is still fine in a certain way because I think the 4 overs that you get from Bumrah in terms of economy already puts MI at a greater advantage because of the kind of batting lineup that they have, which can chase down pretty much anything. And it's helped that Deepak Chahar has done a decent job in the power play. Trent Bolt has been doing massively well. Their spin attack still looks a little iffy, but Santner again has been decent. So overall, good enough for them.
Hmm.
I think more than Bumrah coming back, it was that loss against RCB that fired their lineup.
Fair enough. It does make sense that something clicked right after that loss. I personally think that it wasn't the loss against RCB, but it's the fact that they managed to pull a heist against Delhi.
Hmm. That is
They
true.
managed to pull off an impossible game. Everything else looked possible. I don't know if anything I'm saying makes sense. I don't know if that's how the mindset was from their end. But at least from a fan's perspective, once you do something that is out of the box, you can always reach for anything within the box.
Hmm.
Right. Okay, so let's move on to the GT and KKR game now. That's where we got to see another top three masterclass from the Gujarat Titans. Sudarshan getting a half century, Gill getting a 90, Butler scoring another 40 at a strike rate of 180.
Butler just loves to play in Eden Gardens.
I swear to God, he loves that place.
I think he has gotten out only once in Eden Gardens, if I'm not wrong. But he has some staggering numbers in Eden Gardens. Gill loves to play in Eden Gardens, his ex team. So overall, very good day in the office for Gujarat Titans. It was
Absolutely.
once again Ajinkya Rahane stepping up for his team and Venki
Yep.
Iyer with
Nothing. 14 of 19 made no sense. And, ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget the Andre Russell call is still valid. He has yet to
yeah,
step up with the bat in this season, and
he's
my
still
bold call
just
stays
stuck with
true.
it.
So compensation for my LSG fuck up is the Andre Russell call for KKR. Let's keep
Hmm.
it that way.
And even Ramandeep factor, yeah, Ramandeep was so good last season.
Yeah,
This season, he looks like he's forgotten how to bat.
that's
Dude, I
also
feel
because they
this
have no
is,
clue where to play him,
yeah,
right?
I was
And
coming to
even
that
versus
only.
Raghuvanshi, I'm so disappointed in the way they're using Raghuvanshi this year, man. There's so much more potential in that kid than what they're doing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, Shivam, go
This,
on.
yeah, I was just saying that, of course, the batting order thing also happens because KKR does not know who to put where. They are just struggling with that. Whosoever feels is ready to go, they are like, okay, send this guy. So
Yeah.
Ramandeep has been sheer shit waste here. And at the same time, I feel this is one of the things which happens with the player who are not really regular players and kind of with IPL, and then another thing which like make them available is the IPL only. So that, I think that becomes an issue. Out of touch, maybe a little here and there domestic games, but they
Yeah.
do feel that Ramandeep, of course, he was phenomenal last year, but he just can't seem to click even when he comes down the order. There has to be some confidence that he must be giving, right? But I don't know
Right.
what is happening.
Yeah, I
And
think
also,
to address Vishal's point, we said this in our preview, right? It makes the most amount of sense for them to open with Rahane. It's time to look past
it's
Narayan and Bob.
exactly, yes,
Yeah, it's time to look past Narayan. Narayan, people have started figuring him out. You don't give him room. You bowl at the stumps. Your job is pretty sorted with Narayan.
except us, of course.
We
He
have
still
also done
scores
a
against
decent.
us.
We did a beautiful job with
Yeah.
Narayan's batting in the first game. We
Hmm.
restricted him in the power play. His end score looks
Hmm.
decent,
Looks
but it
decent,
doesn't
but
tell
yeah.
the whole story,
Hmm.
right? He was batting at a
Yeah.
runner ball until the end of the power play.
Hmm.
But if you okay, this game they didn't have Quinton de Kock. They have to play Gurbaz or de Kock because they don't have another wicket keeping option unless you consider Lovenit Sisodia.
Uh,
If you have Gurbaz or de Kock at the top, open with Rahane, play Raghuvanshi at 3, and the lad is going to do wonders for
hmm.
you. You are underutilizing his potential by playing him lower than Tala.
Hmm. Oh
Yeah,
God. Yeah.
Disappointing.
Raghuvanshi's entry point was again a blunder,
Yes,
and
after Moeen
Ramandeep,
Ali. But
Ramandeep being
Yeah.
underutilized with bat. Yeah,
But
that's
how
that's
good
overall,
is
it's
Rahane,
been
man? Just you
disaster.
can't
Like
you
Abhishek
can't
Nair
seem to
has
ignore it.
written. Abhishek
Hmm.
Nair has been sacked from the Indian cricket team, and he returns to his very old KKR camp the
Hmm.
very next day after being sacked as the Indian
yeah.
assistant. What was his role? It's I don't know. I couldn't find a very clear role
It
of
doesn't
Abhishek
matter.
Indian
Abhishek
cricket.
Nair is in the KKR setup. That's all they care about.
Yeah,
Hmm. That is
but
true.
they have been struggling. The RRR is not firing. Overall,
Hmm.
season
Yeah.
to forget for the champions.
So
Moving on.
everybody put your hands up and protest against KKR. Bring back Garib Rinku.
Yes.
We want him back. We want the OG Rinku Singh back. it is us as Rinku fans. It's very disappointing to see the same guy that bashed our Yash Dayal is now doing nothing.
Hmm.
Keep
Who would have thought that
Yes,
2
Dayal
years
is
down the line, yes, Dayal's
climbing ladder.
stocks would be flying,
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
and Rinku would
Okay.
be in this stage. Yeah.
Cricket is a funny game.
Cricket
SRS
is a
CSK points donation camp, even KKR seems to be on the same boat.
yeah.
Yeah,
They've been gifting points.
correct. So we also got to witness a good game for the Delhi Capitals. I think a little bit of happiness for Abhishek. Sorry, that was my phone.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I mean, we got to see the KL Rahul redemption arc once again. That handshake with Goenka was absolute salute.
Beautiful.
I am
Genuine
a
format.
Goenka hater. I will
Hmm.
accept it live on stream. Uh, I do not like Goenka, especially after his team beat Bengaluru FC in the ISL.
Hmm.
Yeah, so LSG did play well though. They got a good start from Markram and Marsh once again. Turan had his third failure in a row, and this is what we're
Hmm.
saying, right? Middle order batter, you can't exactly expect him to get the orange cap. So even though he was ahead in
Once
the race,
he goes to Ekana and the second half of the season, he'll be drained and cooked. It's a typical
Hmm.
yeah,
Nika Turin.
yeah, you will obviously find the pitch slowing down towards the second half. The more they play on that red soil pitch, the more they will see this trend. You will see collapses. Shall we talk about his 31 sixes? Vishal, his 31 sixes, I think he had 36s 3 games ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he hasn't done much. There we go. There he is. After we finish discussing one MI game, he's here to discuss today's MI game. And
Of
okay, just
course.
to wrap up this Delhi Capitals, we got to witness a Mukesh Kumar masterclass out of nowhere. Um, Rishabh Pant, 0 of 2 balls once again, another failure. Miller goes at a run the ball. Delhi Capitals, pretty clinical from their side. The top four fire and the job is done. Nothing much happens aside from that. Maybe Aiden Markram picking up 2 wickets was good for all the Dream 11 merchants.
Yeah, I finally managed to win my first game in Dream 11 thanks to Aiden Markram.
Yeah,
Who would
he
have
had a nice
imagined
game.
me winning Dream 11 team with Aiden Markram, whom I have bashed left, right, and center?
Um,
He
right,
was
so
aiding your campaign, bro.
vice captain. Yeah. So okay, let's come to today's game. Biggie is here for this reason. Um, Abhishek is crying in the
Been
comment.
waiting for his moment.
Okay. So now that Biggie is
Done.
here, let us play the counter. Right. Let us listen to Abhishek's little voice note
FYI,
about that.
this looks like it's like sunlight. It's like I'm in a day kind of situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm playing voice note. Are you ready, guys? Close your ears.
So please speak about Rohit Sharma. This guy is so lucky. If you see his innings, right, both the innings, he got like dropped like so many times, yeah, and even like the edges. Bro, if you see the sixes which he hit, right, so many of them were like behind square, like he was hitting third man, it was going fine. Like so, please like speak up on that and tell Vignesh that this was lucky as fuck and he didn't do shit and he needs to retire right now, please, like right now. As I'm talking. I need to see his resignation. Please.
Bro,
No,
look, I don't
It is
you,
disagree.
retiring.
no,
Fine.
no, no,
Sorry,
no.
one.
Before you guys start, I'll bring the best point that has come. Okay. Remember a
Okay.
while ago when Kohli was nicking a lot, but like they came a stat that Warner was luckier than Kohli, that he had more nicked balls that went to the cordons, but a lot more drop chances, a lot more catches dropped, and a lot more luck. Only thing Kohli
Warner
suffered
was
from was a
unreal.
lack of luck. You remember that phase, no? There was a little stat on TV that came
2022.
and said, yeah, yeah, exactly. And then everyone was like, Kohli is just really unlucky. Of course, he's also poking at the same balls everyone else is poking. Does that make him a shit player? I'm bringing this because Kohli is here for him. He's like God too. He puts Sachin down so much. He thrashes everyone. Kohli, he's the amount he's actually asked his Kohli.
is insane. You guys won't believe it. But the point I'm bringing up here is two of his idols, Warner and Kohli. Okay, Warner was very lucky, extremely lucky for this reason. So, are you saying that luck is not a factor in this game? Luck is obviously a factor. How are you going to control a game with a bat this big and a ball that big? You're bound to edge it, bro. Just like he's edging everyone in the comments. But but point being, everyone gets lucky. So you can't say that it is how you capitalize on your luck.
Yeah.
Right. So
As a vice
a
Sri
good
scorer,
stat for you guys would be that out of all the hundreds that Kohli has, 57 of those have been scored without any dropped catches. But that also means that he has another, 20, what, 20,
25,
yeah, 2300s which have been scored with a drop chance.
25,
Those
no?
20,
Because he's at what 82 hundreds now?
yeah, so it comes down, if you also look at the best 100 he's had in the 2018 phase, the Edgbaston Classic wouldn't have
Edge
happened
Bastion.
if the catch the
Edge
catch
Bastion.
wasn't dropped of Jimmy Anderson's bowling.
Yeah, of course. I mean, whatever I heard in the audio note is something I would have said when I am in like irrational mood. Like, of course, that Rohit hater, like whatever I want to say, like scream on Rohit. This is exactly what I would say. Ki, what a shit player, man! Lucky man. Like, he's so lucky. How just because he has won 5 trophies because of luck does this mean he's such a great? But of course, today he played brilliantly, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he is a brilliant player. We can't deny that fact. Howsoever
okay,
much I
fine.
don't like that guy, but he's a good player.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
also
want
what's
him to
funny,
retire. Okay, give me a genuine reason. You're giving me a reason that his boundaries are flying off edges and you want him to retire. I don't see that as a valid reason.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter as long as the runs come
In
however they
in
want.
all honesty, most of Jake Fraser McGurk's boundaries last year went off edges too.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, we can say ki, oh, he's running very slow. That's why he should retire. Like he could have
that
been
would have
that.
been a
Like,
very valid
yeah,
point.
exactly.
honestly,
That
if he said that, I would agree. I know
Yeah,
his
Yeah.
fitness is not
No,
up to the mark.
that is true. That is true. He is at a stage of his career where he's better off retiring, especially from the Test team, if not
especially
from
from
the
the test team.
ODI.
I
Yeah,
can't see him
the
in the
fact that
test
he's
team,
captain
man.
of the Test team, even now, is something that baffles me. It's time to look ahead.
Uh,
Don't disagree
yeah,
with any of that side.
No,
But
yeah.
definitely not.
good player, he can continue playing the IPL as long as he fucking wants because it has nothing to do with Indian colors. That's all.
Hmm.
Hmm.
and moreover, he's playing the impact player role and he's
Yeah.
not
Impact
taking a
player,
spot.
yeah.
Look, MI have learned how to use the impact player role, and it's helping them. Rohit Sharma coming in without having to field for 20 overs, which means that he is in full fitness. So his 30, which would have generally happened without him being at maximum energy, will now get doubled into a 60 because he is at maximum energy. Simple as that.
Uh,
Oh wait, I
that's
had this other counter I had 1 second about the luck factor. I can't remember for a second now. Shit. Oh yeah. So if you take it at a point where how do I say this? He's 5 trophies. Shivam, you said like, oh, 5 trophies, man got lucky. See,
uh,
Abhishek's point will be like if you give Virat Kohli the same team, he would have won. He will say all this kind of things. But like, let me take it to the best example. 2013 season. Sachin, can you remind me who was the captain before Rohit was handed over the captaincy?
Ricky fucking Ponting.
And then what was the
Ricky.
status of the team when Rohit was handed off the cap? Why was he handed over the captaincy?
They were losing. Ponting just left. Sachin left. Everything was in shambles.
Yeah,
That's why.
everything left, right, center, they were losing. I think if I'm not wrong, 7 matches, they had only won 1 match, I think. Something like that was a stat in 2013.
I think they lost
Hmm.
They,
some four out of four or something. Yeah.
Four out of
yeah, yeah.
four. They started very similarly
Hmm.
to how they started this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And then
And
after that captaincy takeover,
then
jump back insane.
yeah, yeah.
So like Punter is arguably one of the best captains out there in all-time history. We
For
know
sure.
that. And he's been around in the scene to see the T20s go for long enough. It's not even a case of Dravid just playing some T20s and then retiring. or like anyone else, Ponta has seen enough. So then I don't know. I can see the YouTube charts, but like it sounds a little awful silent in my ears now. I don't know.
Oh, you can't see the YouTube chats.
No, I have to open YouTube now. This guy's been
No,
behind me
you're
to check my
on,
WhatsApp.
no, no, no. On your screen, to the right side, you'll see a thing that says comments. You
Shivam,
click
can you
on
see
that.
the
Oh,
comments?
oh yeah, I can.
Wait a
Oh yeah,
minute.
Sumukh
Yeah,
send me
you can see
link.
it live. You can see it all live. Don't worry.
Ah, yeah, I can see it now. I can see it now. Nice.
Yeah.
Ah, it's still silent only. He's not talking about the ponting part, obviously.
Yeah, no, he's saying he wants to join the stream.
You,
I'm not.
sir, are disgraced. Yeah.
You know who is a disgrace? Warner.
David Warner. Yes, yes, sir.
Oh, oh God.
He's
I mean,
disgracefully playing PSL.
PSL, bro. No,
PSL getting hand
what's worse
dryer,
is his
Bro,
hair
performance
dryer. Sorry.
in PSL are being hailed as something brilliant because Babar Azam is too busy shitting bricks on the other end. So a 40 of 34 is somehow one of the best innings that they produce in the PSL. Well,
46 and
Babar Azam,
41 deliveries. Yeah, that was
that's
the.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
how much did Rohit make today? 70 or 46, no? If 5 more balls, he made 30 more runs.
Yeah,
And that
70
too
of 40.
against a quality bowling attack. Pakistan, nothing is quality, bro. Second I'm knockoffs. It's the IPL rejects. We know this.
Also, if you remember, SRS, like the Travis Sheikh, broke to the world against
Yeah.
Mumbai last season,
Yeah.
and
See,
this
Mumbai last
season it
season
looks
was
like it
troubled.
ended with this MI game.
Yeah,
No,
they
no,
are the
Mumbai
one
last season was troubled. I'll because of the Pandya issues and everyone
because the
that
Pandya
that
issue.
yeah.
because of the
But
Pandya
the
issue,
Travis Sheikh broke against the MI game.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
was like I don't know. We didn't have much of a thing going on last year. I mean, I think we had a good squad with Kotsi and everything and all. I really thought we
It
had a
was a
good
good
chance last
squad.
year. It was a solid squad, but I'll tell you what, this whole drama that everything caused, I think it was messing with everyone.
Today has not been my day. Whatever I have said has gone for a toss. Please
Like,
leave me alone.
yeah, I had Abhishek Sharma as my captain in Dream 11, and when I saw Travis Head and Ishan Kishan go for cheap scores, I thought, yeah, my captain's gonna cook today. Next fucking ball is for the
I was
Wilson.
Abhishek today. I was like, today 300 will happen. SRS will score 300. They will give a road.
300 will happen against us in Chinnaswamy.
Actually, it won't because Chinnaswamy has also been producing shit.
I'm jinxing that. Please stop it.
Okay, okay,
Someone
sure, sure.
has to take his position now.
Yeah, someone has mentioned that Mumbai Indian cheating about toss. Okay, so we like every time a cheating toss Mumbai, every time cheating toss Mumbai comes in the same sentence, no one is gonna deny. It's there.
No,
Yeah.
okay. Do you guys want an insane stat? Now I don't know how legit this is, but this is a stat from Ankit Bopanna. He's probably sitting around in the comments. But Mumbai Indians have not lost a toss in the Wankhede Stadium in the last 2 seasons.
And the last nine, 8 out of 9 tosses they have won.
Yeah.
Bro, that's some mad. I can't even call
Yeah.
it
Where
mad.
where is this home toss magic for Rajat Patidar?
Oh,
Oh
okay.
God.
I got a message from Abhishek from the conversation we were having before. He's like, "What the fuck is this comparison? How could you even compare Kohli to Rohit?" Brother, I wasn't comparing. I'm taking an example.
I've said
If
it before. I'll say it again. Both
Whoever,
the guys
Joginder
had more
Malhotra,
talent in
watching from
different ways.
London. Hi to London.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
it's
How,
Hi
how are
to
lovely,
the
my
how are
goat's
the preparations
home.
for WTC final going on?
it's lovely, innit? Could I get a
Yeah.
bottle of water, Juginder?
Look, Joginder, I would just like to say that I still appreciate your contribution towards the team in the 2007 T20 World Cup final. That last over that you bowled is an absolute masterclass. I don't know how MS Dhoni trusted you to bowl that over ahead of the other options that he had, but mad respect to you, Joginder. Love you.
And your services as DSP is invaluable. Thank
Yes.
you
Yeah,
for
thank
supporting
you
our
for bowling that
team.
Thank you.
slower ball to
Misbah.
Misbah.
Miss Ba. See, another Sharma ji ka beta performing, bro. Sharmaji's betas across the world, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also Rohit's birthday weekend. He starts to perform. Yeah,
Hey, it's another someone's birthday week also, bro. Another someone from Mumbai.
yeah.
Laila, अरे बेड़िया मेरा भी बर्थडे है अभी।
Arey, beria.
No, no, I'm
This is for
actually
JFM season, bro.
impression. It is pretty close. You know
Hey,
what? I'm
Dokla.
I'm just gonna do this. There we go. अरे बेड़िया बैठ का ग्रिप निकाल के ना सीधा बैठ तेरे कान में डाल।
Chutta, Dokla.
Yeah, we won't do the swearing part.
Yeah. Abhishek wants to
Great.
join the live. I would
Yeah,
love to
well,
see him.
Abhishek,
it's
you are not joining the live, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah,
today. It's filled.
we will
It's
close
only
our
we
viewers.
see. I have a valid reason why Abhishek can't join this live today. This is the maximum we can accommodate on our live. We are
We
poor.
can't have
Please
more
gift
than.
us the premium. We'll accommodate you.
Yeah, we don't have premium version. We don't have casco. So if you guys could contribute towards the cause of the channel, maybe something could come out of it.
So
Yeah,
Why?
quite
Oh,
literally,
in the comments.
yeah. We can't actually get more than 4 people on the live.
Yeah, yeah. Good shit.
I'm
Good
not.
shit. Did
I'm
we?
not
Did
leaving.
we? So okay. Fun fact: since we do not have premium, we also cannot go live for more than a certain specific uh,
Yeah, 4 minutes
time
left.
frame
For a
in a
month.
certain month. So I think let's quickly wrap up with the preview for tomorrow.
No, like
We
our
have GB
our
versus
runtime just renewed today, so we have fresh 20 hours for one one long month.
Solid. Okay, then never mind.
Hmm.
Forget
No,
I
good,
said
good.
anything.
This is
So
our
it's
technical
24th of
manager.
April. It's 24th of April. 5 years ago, I was in the stadium. I
Uh-huh.
saw a running Mohammad Shami, steaming Mohammad Shami, running to bowl Abraham Benjamin de Villiers. Bowls a straight beamer, and AB
Which was
swings his
not
bat
given a no ball.
across,
Which was not given a no ball, by the way.
which was never given a no ball. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
why?
Gayle was questioning this from the short third region.
Yeah.
AB swings his bat. The ball flies, goes far. ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. It goes to the moon. Even people from NASA are still searching for that ball till date.
Bro, you know where ball went actually? AB sent that ball to his home planet. We all know he's an alien. He was just sending it to his home planet.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So we have chokers versus RCB. It's
No, no,
it's
no.
it's crazy that we
It's
are not
chokers
being
versus
given
home
a right.
chokers.
Yeah. So will it finally be the first home win for the
We
Royal
hope
Challenge?
so. We hope so.
Because if we don't win against these guys, I am sorry to say that our chances of winning against CSK also will be pretty bad.
no,
If
that
it's really
brings
that
us
tough
to the
to win
case.
against them.
I
Last
think we
season, we
can win
didn't win
against
a
you.
single
Yeah.
game in April in
Yeah.
home.
I
April and May
guess
are for imagination only.
I like this
Our
perspective.
Yeah.
yeah, April. So March
Here
23rd
is
was
another way to take that stat. Last year also we lost 3 home games. After
Ah,
which we started winning. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are hearing this on our live session today. Home game, first loss, second loss, third loss. The three losses finally make a W.
mm.
Guys,
You will see
guys,
it. You heard it here.
from
my
today
my
onwards. New Adhyaya from Rajat Patidar in Chinnaswamy Stadium.
Absolutely.
I
hey,
mean,
we saw that
even if
video,
we,
no? Remember that video you sent? Someone did like, oh, I am going to stop RCB's black magic to cut the
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
even if we lose the toss tomorrow, like
let
even
me
if
tell. I have
Rajasthan
a
gets to
valid
bat,
reason why RCB will win today. Because you know
okay.
whose
Let's
birthday
wait.
today is? It's Dr. Rajkumar's birthday.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It's
Hey,
Sachin
you
Tendulkar's birthday.
Hey, hello, yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's 24th there. Yeah, I forgot. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? It's also my cousin brother's birth.
Happy
Mm.
birthday to your cousin brother.
Yeah,
May
happy
him bless
birthday
RCB
to
with a victory in home.
Mm.
yes.
My cousin brother, actually, my Abhishek might like my cousin brother because he's born in Australia.
Yeah. So today I find out that Sachin Tendulkar and Dr. Rajkumar are born on the same day. So, अरे बेटिया तुझे भी happy birthday.
बैट का ग्रिप
Alright.
लेके केक काटेगा.
What?
बैट का ग्रिप लेके केक काटेगा.
It Katega, yeah, for sure. But yeah, we are going to be at the stadium tomorrow. As Sumukh has mentioned in his name, the Swami, that's where we will be. We will witness Rajat Patidar lose yet another toss, and we will witness Rajasthan Royals bottle yet another match.
Yeah, exactly. Even if they bat second, I don't know. There is this innate confidence that Rajasthan is going to bottle from some a decent position if they get it. They will not in the first place only.
Fixing.
They will not. Uh,
For sure.
yeah.
CSK
You
भी
Now,
know,
है.
we used to
Rajkumar's
be
full
slightly
name
scared of
is
playing against Rajasthan Royals.
In the
And the
last
reason
3 years,
behind
4 years.
that
Yeah.
was because they had a certain Joss Butler. And we've said it before, we'll say it again. I will type this out in the chat before I put it forward in front of you guys.
yeah. In the meantime, let me give you some delusional analogies.
No
Uh,
Butler, just Butler.
yeah.
That is it. That is going to be the story for tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Put forward our little story, young man.
Yeah. Rajkumar's full name is Puttaswamaya Raju. So that is Rajkumar Puttaswamaya. That is
Hmm.
RP. RP is Rajat Patidar.
Correct. Putta
RP
Swamaya.
is
Putta means
uh,
another word for small is Chinna. Chinna and Swama. Oh, you see where it's going.
guys,
That's
guys,
my
guys. But
birthday.
I will burst your bubble respectfully. You know who else is RP tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
Ryan Parag.
Hmm.
See, Ryan Parag is from
Assam.
Akade. Yeah, Assam. Okay, what is next to Assam? Arunachal Pradesh. Or it is Arunachal Pradesh, AP. You know what else is AP? Don't look at his search history.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not here to discuss stats, guys. Fuck stats.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Stats. I had a very nice little stat that Vishal had sent me at a certain point. I will pull that up because it is something that has to be discussed before the next game, since it is something that we saw in the previous RCB versus RR game as well. The point that we have to discuss is the dropped catches that we've been seeing this IPL, and there is a wonderful little Reddit post that goes through the drops that have proven costly for all the teams in the IPL, right? So Priyan Sharia has given 12 chances, out of which 5 have been dropped, and he has managed to score 137 runs in 57 balls after getting dropped. Next in line is Abhishek Sharma with 122 of 59, then KL Rahul with 86 of 49, out of which a majority came after the Rajat Patidar drop against us. Virat Kohli has 84 of 62. And it goes to show how poor the fielding has been this year, because the lowest catching efficiency is with CSK, who have been renowned as a team that generally fields well. And they've been catching at an efficiency of 64%. I
60% now.
60% now, yes, as of recent updates. MI, SRH, and RCB have been relatively better with an 80
MI
plus.
have 80% efficiency in catching. RCB with 79.1, KKR with 75.6, SRH with
Hey, what are you
74.7.
saying? CSK is still catching very well. They're catching a lot of allegations, bro.
They're catching a lot of L's.
Catching a lot of L's.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
Even
but yeah,
Rajasthan is down on the list, no? I think.
Rajasthan
Rajasthan,
is
lower down.
last but one. Jailer Bros in the last 9 and 10.
Yeah, Taylor Bros are bottom fragging right now.
Catching L's,
Punjab
bro.
has also not done
So
a
it's
great
actually
job.
good. So MI have had the most number of catches taken. They have 40 catches taken and 10 dropped.
Yep. Which is good. MI is a good fielding side as well, so you would expect that from them. And their worst fielder is
yeah,
now their impact player, so they don't have to
yeah,
worry about that.
exactly. When Rohit is not there, they are good in fielding.
Bro, they're literally on
Yeah.
third in the table. What else do you think?
Yeah. I mean, today's win brought them from, I think,
Bro
a
got into the top four for the first time. He's very. I think he's talking about DC.
yeah, sure. I mean, but look, DC and MI proper contenders now for the title. It's going to be interesting to see how the top four pan out because suddenly it just looks like Punjab Kings have returned to their old ways and might just flip.
Typical.
Dude,
Sixth
this is a
place.
standard,
I
typical
remember,
Punjab story. You remember
Yeah.
yeah,
every year, Punjab starts on a high. You remember the 2 seasons where they made like 7 wins and 1 loss only, like half
That
through the
was
season.
2019, if I'm not wrong.
that
Yeah.
19.
was when
We
Ashwin
were the
used to
cause
lead.
for the loss.
Yeah,
And then
that
everyone's like,
2089
whoa.
is for us.
And then suddenly, whoa. It's a tale of two sides for Punjab every
Yeah.
time. They'll
Look,
show up
and
well.
I think they finished sixth 3 to 4 years in a row, had 1 year break, and then came back the next year and finished sixth again.
Yeah, yeah, I remember someone
Punjab
mentioned
Kings and
that.
sixth position is a
Yeah,
love
yeah.
story. It's
Again,
absolute
like
love story.
someone mentioned, Punjab Kings' best position is position number 6 because even if we remove the like turn around the table upside down, Punjab Kings still doesn't
Punjab is
qualify.
right there. Yeah.
I
I saw like there
remember.
was some slander going on between some Punjab King fans after the RCB game. Then
Yeah,
someone
Oh
they
just
yeah.
were
comes up with
getting.
a comment saying
I've
They
met
gave
this.
some chole
we have
bhature
lost we
and
have
stuff. Yeah.
lost more finals than the number of
Punjab
times
is
Punjab has
qualified.
went to
Yeah.
the
Qualified.
final. They
Yeah.
have cleared the final.
Yeah. I
No, but
remember I met this the Jizzy guy, that just Preet guy. I met him in this particular mall, and like having a little conversation, and also and slightly I mentioned, so basically I'm an RCB guy. So what do you think about the game? It's like you guys are the reason. You guys are the reason why Punjab don't get loyal fans. This that okay, okay, bro. Goodbye. It was a good
lovely,
game. I just
great.
So,
wanted to do this.
Had you
you
been to
know
the
what the
Mulanpur
reason
game?
is why Delhi doesn't get Royal fans? The man is in the comments right now.
Because Delhi belongs to someone else. I mean,
Okay,
there's
let's give.
nothing named after him in the same ground. So
I
what
will
else?
do one thing. I will have to dip right now. So I have a work assessment to finish. So
Okay.
I would stay. I only stay on the call because you couldn't. You could keep up the 4 people limit. So if you guys are ending soon,
Yeah, man. Even we
We
have
are
work
ending soon. I
tomorrow.
think on
We
quick
have a
hitters.
long day tomorrow. We need to go to the stadium. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Even my mom was like, I was so sad because I'm like, we have this prediction thing to make, for the cashback here. I was
Uh,
like, she's like, RCB or RR. And I'm like, see, the problem is RR is shit. They've only won 2 out of 8 matches, but RCB has lost all 3 matches at Chinnaswamy.
Wait for the toss, brother. Wait for the toss and then decide tomorrow. That's all I can say.
Brother Abhishek, we'll have a separate live session with you after IPL. It will be completely relevant to WTC final. Just hold your thoughts until then. We'll have
Yeah.
a
Yeah, but
very long conversation.
yes, and besides which, if okay, let's do it better, no? If Delhi make it to the finals, the live before the finals, we can get him on board.
True.
Done.
Yeah, he can yap as much as he wants.
Not
Once
now, please,
Delhi
brother. We
touches the
have sleep, we have
yeah,
life, we have
it's
work.
time to sleep.
It's
We
not
have to
as easy
go to the
as
stadium.
UAE here.
Yeah, we need to get to work. I have to take half day leave from work. I'm pretty sure someone from work might be watching this stream right now. But lad, I'm taking half day leave tomorrow and I'm going to the stadium. You can't stop me.
I saw Vishal's statement. Hey, listen, is Leander coming tomorrow?
No,
No, no, no,
Okay.
not
What about Rich?
no.
no, no.
Okay, so we'll test out the hypothesis now.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's see. We'll know the answer in 24 hours.
Absolutely. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, good night. Shubharatri. Jai Hind.
Mumbai for the win.